Hi everyone, and welcome to another video from Shedring Hobbies. If you are new to the channel, this will give you a quick walkthrough of all the types of things that we do here. If you're not new to the channel, but it's been a very long time since we last posted any form of update, then this will just help you see what we're doing now, how things have changed quite drastically, just pre-warn you there. Yeah, so we'll just get started. Let's get going. So, for anyone who's a returning subscriber, you're going to see pretty quick that there's a lot of layout missing, and by a lot I mean a lot. We've basically just got one board now, as opposed to the full layout which we used to have. Yeah, this is about what we've got. Actually, that is what we've got. So we're just going to do a quick run through of all of our products, everything we do, maybe help you understand why we've had to downscale quite as much for the business, as that's the reasons why we did downscale. The business got that big that we had to really just allow it to grow. So let's start going through some of the stuff that we've got on what's left of our layout. Come down here. So one of the things that is rather new is our brand new wood chipper. So the way it will come is either green like this with the decals on it, or quite possibly in another colour. We're going to be releasing them pretty soon. They'll also come with this here. This is just an insert for the standard Oxford diecast crew cab that you can currently buy. We've got all of our current flashy lights models that we do, or that we've got on us anyway. Now the usual problems that people face with flashy lights in their models is, yeah, they look great, but they don't want to have to be drilling a million holes in their layout. Obviously we've decided that we needed to come up with a solution to that problem, so for quite a while now, almost 3 years, we've been doing our lights with internal batteries and little red switches on the bottom. So we've streamlined that quite a lot over the years, but that's one of the better examples. Can't even really see the battery in there at all. We've got the blacked out rear windows, and you've got all the lights round about, just with the self-flashing SMDs. Now if we move on, try not to go too quickly here. Now just going to show you this, the builder's yard that we've got, just to give you a scope of what we actually do, on how much of this stuff is ours. So the hoarding there, that's ours. The Harris fence, also ours. The little green cones in front of the Harris fence is ours. We've got concrete pipes there, those are ours. The skip hook attached to this Code 3 truck, that's ours, plus all the Code 3 work that's been done to it. The skip itself is also ours. Those coil bar, the wire coils there, those are ours. The skip and the things in the skip, we do them as well. Moving on to an articulated dumper which we make, with the IBC tank crushed cage which we also made. Then we've got these larger concrete pipes here, we do them. We've got that tipper truck there. We've got the Kilsaran. Now this one's quite special because we've actually made this whole entire of the barrel, the drum itself. That's all made by us. All of this, all the way, even the chassis, all of that. The only original part really is the base of the cab and the cab itself, and we've even done the decals and the lights on that as well. The little roof rack on that Connect, that was made by us. That silo there, also made by us. There's our porta cabins as well, which we do. That's including the porta cabin upgrade kit. Usually you would just get the one. If you wanted to upgrade, you would get a second one, and then you'd buy the upgrade kit as well. You've got our portable toilets at the back there. You've actually got a part of a modular pallet load sitting at the back there as well. So that, I think, is everything that we've made ourselves. Oh, and the barrels as well that you see there were also made by us. Now we'll just pan past here, try and take it nice and slow. So we're just going to move on to our other yard that we've got here. And then I'll just run through all the things that we produce ourselves for that one as well. So moving into here, so as you can see, all that security fence that surrounds the yard, we made all that, and we do currently sell pretty much everything I'm rattling off here, we sell it all in our shop and on eBay. Right, so we've got our pallet stacks there. These are actually the 20 high pallet stacks. So those are the extra tall ones. They're perfect for loads or just for large stacks to be sitting at the corner of a yard or even warehouse scene. We've got some little bits and pieces. We've actually got a wheelie bin there with our resin printed black bag in the wheelie bin itself. We're giving you a closer look at them a little bit later on in the video. There's a better example of the oil barrels that we do. We've got them there. Move up here. We've got more of our coil drums, and then we've got the slightly smaller of the pallet stacks. So it's the same size of pallet, but it's a shorter stack, a little bit better if you just want it to seem like, you know, they're not being loaded up, they're just there to be used or they've just come off. What else have we got? Oh, we've got, believe it or not, this bulldozer here. That is one that we've 3D printed ourselves and decaled ourselves and painted ourselves. So that all there. Now this isn't currently up for sale, but we've done a couple of them and they may be up for sale in the future. Now if we move a little bit across here, we've got the sliding bed body and the chassis as well that's on the back of this. So once again, the only part that you can buy readily, or relatively readily, is the cab. And then we've done all of this at the back here. We've done all the sliding, and I might get a hand to come help me just to show off this sliding bed recovery truck. So go. There you go. So it slides up and slides down quite easily. It's got a checkered deck on there just to give it that extra proper look. We've also got the ATS van. That was a CM&L van that we've put the decals on. More portable toilets at the back there. Now, if I'm just going to try and zoom in on this here, we've also got. So we've got there a portable like welder. Yeah.
MIG welder.
It's a MIG welder. So we've got that. We made that ourselves. We've also got a guy leaning down doing the welding. Now the reason you won't see one of them kicking about very often is because we actually scanned one of our own, as in one of our own members of our team here at SR. We scanned one of them to look as if he was welding on, well, anything really. So we've put him next to a cement mixer. So say maybe a leg of the cement mixer's broken or possibly the handle needs a bit of a repair. That's what he's doing right now. So you'll get a closer look at some of the other ones that we have done 3D scans of in our product spotlight later on in the video. So we've also got some of our traffic signs sitting there. We have there's a fairground gen as well. They can be put in other places rather than just on the back of a truck. One of our little fuel bowsers there. And then these are also the stacked porta cabins. These are the colours that they'll actually come in. So it's just the grey with the black roof and all that. Oh, and we've also got our concrete bollards as well, made with real concrete infused plastic, just to give it that extra feel, and it also gives it that real concrete finish. It's, instead of it being really shiny, it has that proper kind of satin concrete finish to it as well. Right, moving onwards, as I say, trying to move quite slowly here. Right, I'm just going to give you a quick look of a couple of the Code 3s that we've done as well. So right here we have Volvo. It's a quick mission, it's a Bon Jovi style truck. So they've got a real one of these. We just thought that looked absolutely great. One of our customers came to us and said, could you do a copy? And we said absolutely. So there we go, we've got that there. Right. And then moving on is actually, this model's already sold, but we thought we would just quickly give you a quick look of it before it goes. This is a scale replica of the Templeton's superhero truck. Currently, as far as we're aware, isn't owned by John Templeton anymore. So we put as much detail as we physically could into this one, right down to the writing on the tyres. So we've got the Bridgestone on there. We've got the full tanker. The tanker itself is also made by us, We do others, we've done Stobar and we've also done WS, and well, quite a spattering of them, and we also take requests on other liveries as well. Right, what else we got? We're moving on to a little roadwork scene we've got here. We've got a JCB, it's been fitted with lights by us. Now we've got one of our favourite products here. It's a bit of a favourite for our customers as well, is our traffic cones. They're all 3D printed in the colours that you see. There's no fiddly putting together or anything like that to be done. It's straight out the bag, straight on the layout, on the diorama, whatever it is, and it just saves all that fiddling about. There's no real hassle there. Now we're going to move on to our little Boss Cat skid steer, Boss Cat for obvious reasons, and now a hand is going to come in and just show you how it all moves and how it's more than just a static model. So the wheels work on it, as you can see there. Try and get it in. The arm also goes up, and the bucket is also fully articulated as well for the up and down motion as well. So it can be in multiple poses. There's no problem with moving that about. It all moves freely enough but stiffly enough so that it doesn't just fall back into place. So there you go. Moving on, we've also got, if any of you know us, you'll know our red and white barriers. One of the very first products we ever sold. We've also got our mobile compressor. That was quite a popular one among many of our customers. Great for being towed behind likes of the new crew cab. The Oxford diecast have released. You'll also receive a little bit of ABS rod just to act as a tow hitch, just to go on the back of that. Right, we'll move on a little bit quickly. Don't want to have this too long. Right, now we're moving on. So we've also just showing off a little bit more of the flashy lights that we can do on these types of things. So with all internal batteries again, no wires at the bottom of them. Just got these here, as you can see, just one switch. And you just look at the sheer amount of lights that we've got on that. So I'll just quickly spin that round there. So as you can see, awful lot of lights. I'll move across. We've got this one as well. This one was a bit more labour intensive, so we've actually had to rebuild quite a bit of the back end here, as it's a bit more of a special one, this one. It's got a moving hab as well, as you can see there. So all that comes out and moves. We've got all the flashy lights again, and we've also got all the work that was involved, extending all the back there as well. Right, let's have a quick look in our workshop over here. Some more flashy lights going on. And we also have our HGV 4-poster ramp. We'll probably show you one of them later on as well. But just to quickly show you, we've also got a T-cab there with the bonnet cut open. That was add that little bit extra detail. As you can see there, we've got our 2-post ramp. Once again, just like the 4-post ramps, you can move that up and down pretty much any position you need it to be in, as well as just being right on the ground. And as you can see, we've also cut open the bonnet of that car there, and we've just put it's a very finely detailed, it's difficult to see, there's a finely detailed engine there with just to add it, just to make it look really good. It's all those little details that really matter. So there you go. Oh, and probably see just in there, we've also got our little workbench there, all resin printed. We've got the little bench grinder, and we've even got a tiny little vise in there. Right. So we've also got a couple of examples of our white lining kit there. That's really just the parking lines, and what will hopefully be coming out soon is our yellow lining kit. So yeah, there we go, just get that moved there. So that's an example of the yellow lining kit as well that will be getting released soon. Also our new whiskey barrel planters that we've just come out with, they've just been released. So, and also an example of the scaffolding that we're hoping to release soon. We'll move this again, and we'll show you some of the planters as well. So we've got our corner planters made of the real terracotta, as you can see there. It's even got the brick effect on it, and we've also got the fountain there, real concrete PLA, gives it that real concrete feel and look. We've also got our recycling bins there, so you've got your different types, obviously general waste, paper, all that sort of thing. Right, we're about to have a scene just drop in on top of a garage. So this gives you an even better look at what you can do, or a little bit of what you can do with our white lining kit. We've also got our wooden picket fence. We're going to show you some of that in the product spotlight later. Then we have also got our little picnic bench there. Is that up for sale? No. So it's not quite up for sale yet, but we will be getting more things like that done soon. And just on the roof of this kit, so this is a Metcalf kit, and obviously it comes with the original chimney pots, the roll up ones that we're all used to. Well, we have done our own terracotta ones. Those are 3D printed. So these are the ones that we've been doing for quite a while now. That's your ring chimney pots. And then we've just got new ones that we've just come out with, and those are the square bottom. And then just on the front, just to modernise the pub just that little bit, we've also got our solar panels as well. Make them a little bit more eco-friendly if you like. So that's that scene there. Just gonna drop another one in. Right. Scene number 2. This is an N-gauge scene. So just to show you the true power of resin printing, we've actually got a couple more of our 3D scanned people, resin printed. Now it's difficult to see, but there is actually a surprising amount of detail involved with them. We've got a resin printed mural that we got designed as well by our in-house designer. And as well as doing the 176 chimney pots, we've also done the N-gauge chimney pots, as they could be potentially even more of a hassle than doing the 176 ones, and as we know, they just get knocked off far too easily. So it's always great to have that replacement there, easy to take out the bag and just glue them on. Now they come as a block of 2, that way it's even easier for you to handle them, not as fiddly as it would be if they were just individuals. Okay? So that's the 2 scenes that we've got. I think now we're going to move on to our product spotlight, where we'll give you a much closer look at some of our more recent releases, some of the newer stuff that's just hot off the press and possibly not even released yet. So what we're going to show you is an example of some of the stuff we've been recently working on, which is 3D scanning. So everyone you see here is one of the members of our current team. Next up we have our real wood picket fence that we've got. So just like our security fence, but a lot smaller, printed with a real wood infused plastic. This gives it the finish and the feel of real wood, but it also